So, and also in addition to our episodes, we're going to be doing other things. We're going to create playlists that everybody that we mention on the show, you'll be able to go to YouTube, you'll be able to go to Spotify, where we're going to have playlists of everybody we're talking about. You'll hear clips during the show, of course, but where we can have some, drill down a little deeper for anybody who's interested in checking out the music.
Yeah, so often when you check out things, you get, confronted with the same top 10 things. Okay, we're going to talk about jazz, and then we're going to talk about kind of blue. So what? But, we don't have to start in these places. We can start with examples that are maybe more virtuosic, or more to the point of that we're trying to discuss in a chapter.
Sounds good. Yep.
Yeah, that would excite.
Great. And so one of the things we're going to do is just give a couple of examples of the shows that we're going to do. And this is basically like a little sneak preview. And so one of our first topics is going to be jazz piano virtuosos. We're going to take because we're probably going to do 7 different shows on that. It's such a big topic.
Yeah, it is.
And the way we're going to approach that is kind of by era or decades, the guys in the 20s and 30s who are the virtuosos, then the 40s and 50s and so on. And so that way we're not trying to discuss Bill Evans at the same time as we're discussing Fats Waller. We can kind of get a little bit of a separation so we can really drill down and get into the music and get into the players from these different eras. So for example, with bluegrass guitar, another topic we're going to be covering, we're going to be talking about Doc Watson and the early flatpickers that kind of came out of bluegrass, and then up to the modern day with Tony Rice and Brian Sutton, and talking about some of the modern guys and where that all came from. And so that'll have to be a couple shows because there's a lot to cover there.
And can we discuss some of the techniques that they're employing as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
That's an interesting one because it's a relatively new genre of, bluegrass is a relatively new genre in itself, but with technology came the ability to mic a guitar where it could be heard as a solo instrument, where originally it couldn't be. It had to be a rhythm instrument because it didn't cut through like the banjo or the fiddle did. And so it had a very much a rhythm kind of role in the music. And then Doc Watson really was the great virtuoso of early flat picking guitar, where he was picking out the bluegrass fiddle tunes. And he was a very powerful musician. But then this was getting into when he got discovered kind of and started playing the folk festivals and things, you could mic that guitar now in a way to really hear it. And so that really allowed the expansion of that instrument, where pre-microphone, it was kind of hard to be a flat picking virtuoso and be heard.